Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the High School Blitz, brought to you by the Austin American-Statesman. As always, I'm joined by Thomas Jones. And Thomas, we saw some pretty wild and wacky fourth-round playoff games. Let's start where we always start. Give a game ball to somebody who had an outstanding game this weekend.
A lot of great performances last week. I'm going to go one of the more unsung players. Damon Williams, a defensive lineman for Cedar Ridge. He helped Cedar Ridge utterly dominate Hendrickson's offense. Hendrickson had 117 yards of offense. That's it. Cedar Ridge's defensive line controlled the game. Williams was huge, had 2 sacks of Cedar Ridge's 7 total. A big game for Damon Williams, and I want to give props to the D-line.
It's hard to believe they only gave up 2 points, and it was on a blocked extra point, wasn't it?
Yep.
I'm going to go Westlake Way, running back that we've talked about many times this year, Nakia Watson. Yep. Bound for Wisconsin, 187 yards in a big victory, 28-14. 143 of his yards came in the second half, which that turned out to be the difference. A 50-yard run in midway through the fourth quarter sealed it, so Nakia Watson's going to get my game ball. Number 2, what did you learn from this past weekend?
You know, I'm still thinking of that Cedar Ridge defensive line. What I learned is line play, especially on defense, still wins titles. It still wins championships. It still gets people to the state semis. A lot of stuff made about offensive these days. But look at Cedar Ridge's line. Look what they did. That's why they're in the state semis against Allen. Look at McCallum's line. Oh my gosh, the front 7. You know, Jack Switzer, Alvino Carbajal, outstanding sophomore for the Knights. They held Cal Allen to 91 yards rushing on 37 carries. That's a Cal Allen team that almost averaged 400 yards rushing per game. And then, you know, Westlake's defensive front, how much did Steele have rushing? 92 yards on 32 carries. Braden Cassidy, David Neal, all their friends up front. Great job by those 3 defensive lines.
Dickerson also had a great game.
Absolutely.
What did I learn? I learned what we've probably known for years, that Austin football is superior to San Antonio football at the high school football level.
Yeah.
As of right now, Austin has 5 area teams still in the state semifinals. Yep. San Antonio has none. I saw a triple header at the Dome this weekend. Saw Westlake beat San Antonio. I saw Lake Travis beat San Antonio, and a few weeks ago, I saw Lake Travis beat San Antonio's best team, and that was Judson. So I know San Antonio is sporting a black eye right now. I went to high school there myself, so I don't feel great about San Antonio going down like that.
Hey, it's not even just San Antonio. The Austin area has 3 teams left in the Class 6A playoffs. No other area in the state has that many. Not even the mighty Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex,
or Houston.
Or Houston. No one has as many as 3.
One last question: was there one play this weekend that you saw that play, and that play may have determined the game, if not made a significant impact in that game?
Oh yeah, we're talking defense. My man Jackson Masters, linebacker from McCallum, number 44. Kid had 18 tackles, including 7 for loss and a sack. He had a pick too, but his biggest hit of the game, Cal Allen controlled that second half. They're driving inside the 20-yard line of McCallum with less than 5 minutes to go, and their stud running back, A.J. Brown, gets the ball, goes right. It's 4th down, less than 2. Masters comes up, boom, smack, gets him for no loss. Essentially ball game right there. That was a play that gave the Knights the win, in my opinion.
I was at that game, and that was a hellacious hit.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with defense, too. I'm going to go to Wimberley. Wimberley had a really tough game. They came from behind. They won it because Trent Dingman, a very modest defensive lineman, defensive lineman. He intercepts a bullet pass at the line of scrimmage when they were only up 1. Goes 30 yards for a touchdown. You give them an 8-point lead. Wimberley is still alive in the playoffs, and it's modest players like Trent Dingman who have led them this far.
Good for them.
And that'll do us for another edition of the High School Blitz, brought to you by the Austin American-Statesman. Thank you for Thomas Jones. And watch out, we got the semifinals coming up. But until that happens, we hope your favorite team wins.